ideas here. He's found the gap. But this would be a huge round to win. This is just Glocks and a few little Deagles. So this is definitely doable for Electronic. No armor though. They've got the kits. They can do this, but they need to get together now. He gets closer and they have no idea he's in the back.
Device wasn't ready. He could knock S-Tag off the plant. A double, a triple.
Here comes Electronic. Into the bomb site, taking 2 heads and coming in big.
Passion, history, and skill. The 3 elements that are the soul of Brazilian Counter-Strike. FURIA have 2 out of 3, but have for years been living in the enormous shadow of fallen and the legendary days of the SK Luminosity lineups. FURIA's brand of Counter-Strike often feels like all or nothing. Notoriously one of the most aggressive players in the world, captain of the team, Art, has never seen a fight he doesn't want to take. Adding to the mix, the out-of-this-world levels kSorato can hit, and you begin to understand why FURIA is a team that all must fear. This major is about more than placing a high ranking and making a deep run. This is about winning the soul of Brazilian Counter-Strike and living up to their full potential. There is perhaps no other team in the tournament that has as much to fight for as FURIA does right now.
It's do or die time here, and we are ready to go. It is a quarterfinal just a few moments away. If you're just joining us, this is the most opportune time and the best place in esports to be. That much I can assure you. We got a star-studded cast not only in the server, but here on the desk as well. And we're ready to walk you right into the game that starts on Nuke. Gabriel, what are some things we should be looking for?
FURIA is going to start CT side. From my perspective, from my understanding from NAVI game, they're the team that like to control most of the parts, secret area. They like to put Electronic there. They have a couple of different ways to be putting him there. And I think the first fight we should be looking for is how Art's going to be able to prevent that entrance there. And from that point on, NAVI has many different looks on what they do after it. And FURIA is very A side heavy on Nuke. That kind of changed the game as well.
Tell me, do you think maybe they could have gone for the T side in this sort of an environment?
Perhaps,
right? Like just go start T and maybe get it rolling?
That would be FURIA style, to be honest.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I was a bit surprised, but here's the other side of this coin. Let's go back to the first game FURIA plays at this major, the challenger stage, against Big. Up 12-3 in the first half, 14-3 up on Vertigo, and it goes all the way into overtime, and they lose in overtime. The first game in front of this stage, you could tell they were also shook and a little bit overwhelmed. So we keep talking about NAVI, because NAVI is, you know, obviously the crowd is against them, but also for FURIA, this is the first time for them ever being in this much insanity, really. So how are they going to deal with that, right? Will they be able to, has the multiple games in Challengers and Legends stage, has that helped them kind of adjust?
I feel like for the side of FURIA, the one complaint I've always had has always been Art. You know, he'd be more restrained in the group stage, he'll be more controlled, aggression, and when it hits the playoffs, he goes mental, he goes back to his old form, and I usually criticize that, but this time, I say go for it. Go full Art, and I think that might be the key to victory.
Fallen, Tell me this, we've been doing some research for this game, and we see FURIA has a 4v5 win percentage this major of over 50%.
It's nice.
The next team is like at 28. Have you ever seen something like that?
I even saw the FURIA players saying that there was something magical about this event, and you can kind of see that on these stats as well, because when you're converting such rounds in such style, it means that things are going your way more than the order. But at the same time, this is quarterfinals, this is NAVI. Sometimes it's not going to go your way, and as you said, maybe this is the time for Art to go full unleashed and make the difference and get those earned 3 kills. I think that's actually very important for them to win. But I think what's more even pivotal is we need Caserato on group stage performance level.
Oh yeah,
we need him.
He's been an absolute animal this entire event throughout after the player break as well, right? So yeah, if Yuri can sort of pop off and if Art does Art things and that clicks for him, we could be in for a fiery game.
That's how they go.
Yeah, and you've got to look at this too, because what if Navi has a response for this aggression from the FURIA side right out of the gate? Surely that creates big problems here for FURIA, Gabriel?
Yeah, so Navi's going to start T-side. And I don't think FURIA will be pushing much as CT, even if they're aggressive, because it's new. So I think that we're going to see the aggressive part of the second half of the game. And I would say that FURIA needs 9 or 10 rounds here to really get it going on the T-side.
On the T-side.
And we didn't mention much about safe, but you know, every time Simple's on the server, you got to look who's the other Alper around, you know, because
for sure.
He's going to have a hard task. And it's hard to counter Simple. He can make the difference.
Absolutely, you know, Simple, I think something overlooked when it comes to him. Obviously incredibly skilled mechanically, but when you watch him, he's always where the action is, like in the mid-round. You know, when he decides to jump from heaven into side, they're coming A, right? Like his game sense.
He chose it right.
You can't, you know, like people say, can you play around Simple? You can't, because he's smarter than you. He's going to be where the action is. He's going to predict what you're doing. So, yeah, for FURIA, it just has to be all hands on deck. It has to be a team
I feel like the first initial conflict is going to happen here on the T side is Art just being a demon towards a mini, top of mini, towards Silo pushing outside, and guess who's waiting outside? It's going to be Simple, right? I think that's going to kind of dictate the flow of how this opening half is going to be.
Yeah, and well, I can't think of any other time better than now for Analyst Stop Talk Start Match.
Let's go.
That's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I got a quarterfinal even. FURIA v NAVI. Let's go. Woo!
últimos dias. Vocês nem dormiram pensando nisso. Vocês só pensam nisso. Vocês só pensam em como empurrar o time de vocês. E essa hora chegou. Esse dia hoje vai ficar furioso. Eu vou deixar vocês falarem por enquanto por mim. Olha que coisa linda. Olha que coisa linda essa galera. Isso é maravilhoso. Isso é maravilhoso porque os times que estão vindo aí vão precisar muito dessa energia de vocês. Posso pedir mais uma? Posso pedir Eu sou brasileiro com muito orgulho, com muito amor. Que lindo, que lindo! E vamos mostrar como o Brasil é maravilhoso! Recebendo aqui o nosso primeiro time que vai disputar equipe da NAVI!
NAVI take to the stage, and they are not welcome here. You can tell that much for sure, Vlad.
Holy hell, I can't even hear myself think right now. I don't want to be NAVI right now in this arena,
It's
Grace.
so crazy. I saw simple tweets, something like, you know, crowd, we love you, don't boo us or something like that. Dude, you're in a crowd where people are saying you're gonna die, like as a fan chant, and you want them to not boo you, you know. But I think Simple is just trying to go for that. I think obviously you can tell with his, he's playing with the crowd, he wants it to be louder, right?
He's calling him out. He's actually put his hands up to his ears right now.
We'll see how loud they'll be if NAVI starts winning.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, sir. There it is. Furia on their way out. It is on fire in here. Unbelievable. From the floor all the way to the rafters. You can't make this up. You can't script it. Furia takes the stage for a quarterfinal, Yanko.
Man, I don't know how good these noise canceling headsets are. Like, I don't know how these guys are going to play. If this is going to be this loud throughout the game, it's just on a completely different level to anything we've seen. And as we've said, Trace, yes, the crowd's on their side, but it's so much noise.
It's a lot.
They need to kind of still be focused on the actual Counter-Strike.
I'm just going to say, it's going to be some sloppy CS at times here. You know it's going to happen. And I agree with you. Might as well just put volume 0 and play the game.
Just take it in for a second. Let's just take it in. Damn.
I have never experienced something like this in my life.
There's reasons that they hold concerts in these same halls, and there's reason that we're getting the show today.
The acoustics, Trace!
Oh,
the acoustics! I can't believe this is a Counter-Strike tournament.
It feels like a Rock in Rio right now.
It's mental.
Yeah, Rock and Rio is what we're set to do, but obviously I still have to ask you two, who's going to win? And I'm starting with Vlad. Give me something good, Vlad.
All right, listen, man. I want to believe in a fairy tale run. I want to believe in Furia getting the win from the home crowd, but I just cannot say no to NAVI. The Simple, it's their tournament to lose, and I think Simple's going to get it done.
Yeah, Yanko, I don't know, man.
Man, I was really confident in a NAVI 2-0, but this is unlike anything you've ever seen, right? You just don't know how these teams are going to play. Like, how can you hear each other on TeamSpeak? Can you hear the game? Can you hear the footsteps? Right? But let me tell you this, Trace. Furia has never won a big event, never done anything. Imagine if this is the one.
Yeah, this is the one. It's the time. Let's go. Quarterfinals, baby.
Мы лучшая команда в мире.
I really don't care what they think. I just want to play and do my best. I think we don't feel pressure. We are motivated and happy to be here because it's our culture, our home. So it's good to have everyone supporting us. It's gonna be amazing.
Это будет очень необычно играть, когда 99% будут болеть против, будут болеть за Фурию.
That's resilience right there. That's resilience right there. That's Furia, baby.
Поэтому будет очень интересный матч, и я рад, что мы будем участвовать в нем.
If everything matches, I think we can counter them. We don't feel nothing about NAVI. We just want to play.
Мы прошли через много неприятных вещей. Я думаю, что мы заслуживаем этого, как никто другой.
The best player in the world is Styles on Tapson. Saved us so much to give Furia life.
Well, there's a reason we're selling out arenas while you're just putting on a show at home, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the time for a quarterfinal. This is the time to come alive in the server. There are so many different aspects you can grab onto for this one, and ultimately, we're looking at the man with the plan right there in Electronic.
Yeah, definitely. You know, as I said, Trace, I don't think, you know, FURIA, Fallen said it when he was on the desk. Hopefully he keeps playing and doesn't come and steal our jobs for a little while longer.
Please.
But yeah, you know, FURIA just aggression all the time. They keep coming at you. 4v5, CT, when there's trades, they're going to re-push, they're going to go for info. So if you're watching their games and you're a coach, you're an in-game leader, it's not super complicated, right? Like, let's just hold. When that happens, take some map control, punish the re-aggression, right? So we'll see how NAVI is able to execute that in this sort of an environment.
I feel like for the side of Electronic, he had an incredible start, a debut as the IGL for this NAVI team. But this is going to be the ultimate test for him, not just as the IGL, but also as the captain. And the crowd, they just see Art, man, and they're popping off.
Yeah, Art has an effect on people. And, you know, that could be on the wall or it could be in the server. It depends how you want to look at it. Overall, though, he's going to be one of the torchbearers for that side.
Absolutely, Trace. You guys touched on it a little bit, even saying that, you know, he kind of needs to go for some of these plays. But listen, those plays are pretty YOLO. That's hyper aggression.
It might work here.
That's as aggressive as it gets, and if it gets shut down early, we didn't mention the FURIA 4v5s play. What we didn't mention is the NAVI 5v4s, which are close to 90%. They're very good with playing rounds with advantages. It can be the other side of the coin, right? And it can just make the game incredibly difficult for FURIA if he can't find those openings.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't really add much on top of that. Basically, for me, I want to see FURIA play their old style, and that might be what really gets them over the W.
Yeah, we're looking to get over the edge here. Just get in the damn first map. My God, we're talking about Nuke. We have Ancient, we have Mirage thereafter, but most importantly, we've got a quarterfinal, and it's about ready to begin. So without any further ado, take in the ambiance, everyone.
In all my years covering this game, Hugo, I have never seen anything quite like this. Fallen, he said there needed to be magic for FURIA to win today. Well, from floor to ceiling, 360 degrees, this place is packed. This is magic. This is Counter-Strike. Let's get in to the quarterfinal. FURIA taking on NAVI.
How can they not be shaking? How can your heart stop racing? NAVI on the T side of Nuke. It's their map pick, and they've got the world against them.
And you just know that if this hits the ground running for FURIA, it might never stop. Outside, Simple walking in. This first fight weighted so heavily. Perfecto down the vent, and already FURIA opening up with a double. NAVI, they don't like what they see. They've got to go real slow on this one. They've got a man down through Secret, but FURIA, they're not budging. They're calling Navi's bluff.
Yeah, it's stoic for a mid-round like this. Okay, Serato think back in Carriage. That bomb does get retrieved. Bit's got to bring it all the way outside. They have one flash. That's all Navi have to play with. Picked up P2. Minute on the clock. FURIA don't budge. Safe has this cross.
This is a great show of restraint out of FURIA, and Safe takes it one step further. The Des, they were saying sometimes, you know, FURIA really throw caution to the wind in these playoff games. That's kind of been the story. Well, thus far, we've seen none of that. A very patient pistol round by all metrics. It would be so easy to throw yourself into these fights, to play into the momentum from this crowd. But instead, FURIA hold passive, they hold the line, and now they try to get ahead in terms of the rotates. 2 down lower, right place, right time, and it's a flawless pistol. And the arena just erupts the moment that first round comes in.
Yeah, you've got to keep them coming though, Harry. It's going to be a long day. And Navi aren't scared, supposedly, to play on this stage, to play with the world on their shoulders, the world against them. FURIA, a momentous occasion, but they've got to keep that momentum going. It's differing opinions for Navi. On one side, Sundar Young a little nervous in interviews, saying that FURIA, not the first matchup they want to find on the stage. But Perfecto, he wants to play against the crowd. He wants to feel the burn, feel the pressure, and so Na'Vi up the pace, quick to main, Electronic on a fast drop. His team will cross behind the smokes, but he'll make it no further. They get lower, but Yuri's already here, and Safe is going to drop in as well. Footsteps, will you hear them? That's a question. Perfecto goes unnoticed until Art swings from CT and takes him down. This B-site erupted, corrupted by Na'Vi, and Safe's got to stop it.
Yeah, already here, but spammed down by the Tech 9, bit and simple. Kills a piece and a 2v2 Furia. It's not plain sailing here. They've got to try and compose themselves. An enviable task considering where we're at right now. They're looking to move in through the vents and ramp, trying to split this lower side of the map. But for your bonus round, for your anti-eco rather, not how you wanted it to go. Half the time picked up this bomb. It's clean for drop. And now just Sumda Young left to beat. He's playing with him, trying to give time to kxerato to come in, but Drop's knocked out of the round, and kxerato's going to do it alone. Denied by Sumda Young. Oh, and Simple's trying to amp up the crowd even more.
Oh yeah, you just try. Already broken, around deep. Not going to last long are the chance for Furia if Na'Vi can pull this one back off of a pistol forced by great taps from the stand-in player. Not the first stage he's seen, but maybe of this size. And Simple playing with his food already. It did not take long, did it? Force up the Furia, trying to fight back. Safe with the one rifle, at least gives us that. Trade out of pistols.
I like this, man. kxerato very, very threatening with this gun. Right, hero rifle finds success right away, and now it's juggled onto one of the two top performers for Furia throughout this whole event.
This is still a really nice call for Na'Vi, right? No smokes outside in a round where you know your opponent will not have rifles. Furia aren't even peeking. They aren't checking. They don't know.
That spam connected through the back of the lobby. Brings Sumda Young down low, and now he's going to cross it, 20 HP with the bomb. Thankfully, no one's peeking, so he will get this safe passage for now.
Yeah, the smoke announces it. Furia now know exactly what's going on. That lower site can be taken. Na'Vi could wrap all the way to A, and Electronic, he's so good at doing this, finding the space on the outside of T-side nuke. He's going to heaven. Even if Na'Vi don't like what they see down lower, they can bail off of his position. Two CTs stacked up down lower site already, but that vent is always tantalizing. They won't take it. Electronics called them back. Furia still too strong on top, and the rifle has not budged.
kxerato's been waiting here since the start of the round, waiting for his chance to play into it. They're up close and tagged. He's going to get out of there. Just try to play the long game on this one.
Heaven Plant's so sick. Electronic is in a great position, and they don't have a kit to deal with him. It's going to have to be RNG on the ladder or a done deal.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Electronic can't go near that hole again.
Time wasted.
Even dropping down into the site. Now they give up that post plant. This could come back to haunt Na'Vi in the long run, but right now Furia are slow on the approach, and it's starting to feel like a save here, like they just want to run it back again in this next round.
Heaven alone is just such a powerful post plant position. Furia know they can't tangle with it. They've got to save, they've got to keep their guns. And Na'Vi keep it up. Nice little rotate down lower. They'll force Furia out of their comfort zone, and they'll even hunt kills at the end. That rifle gets saved, and really that's all that matters for Furia. A bit of armor, can juggle the gun over like we saw, but Na'Vi starts strong despite the pistol.
Save is nice. It's going to leave you with a lot of options if you're Furia, right? Just a chance to run that round back again. It might have started 5v4, but they didn't like how it ended up. And as you say, I mean, it was Electronic's quick thinking that really sealed the deal on that round belonging to Na'Vi. I like how much room, how much respect they give him in that moment. They don't get ahead of themselves playing it down lower. They give Electronic the space, and he cooks them up around. So now Furia back in with a bit of an investment. The thing that breaks the silence first.
You hear that, Simple? They creep and they crawl, but kxerato, the killer, tucked in front of the smoke. Na'Vi have to get past the scout first. A spray recovered, ammo lowered. He's still going to get back to safety, can give that gun back over like last round. kxerato is getting beaten down to sub 20 points of health, and Art is still looking for picks. No armor, got to be very cautious on these fights, and instead he buys time. kxerato looks like he wants more, not satisfied with a single kill.
Perfecto's trying to thread the needle in through Garage. In doing so, he's out on a bit of an island here. Another scout tag from Art. A lot of value out of this gun. Now, he never knew about Perfecto. That kill is free. There was nothing really that FURIA could have done about it, but they're still sat a man up. Drop, he's been entrusted with the A1S. From FURIA Academy to quarter-final at a major. But this time, something's different. This time, everyone in this arena is behind them. Some die young. Oh, no. That's a good timing on the peak, but Drop will recover. Stumbles back to his feet, but really can't afford the one and done. Molly's going to heat things up, but he's all well and good. Walking in the fire, they're trying to figure a way out of this in NAVI, but it's all gone wrong. Bomb dropped, and there's a second round for FURIA. The pistols do it, the hero M4, the scout for R.
I wouldn't have wanted this game to start anyway. The force buys back-to-back, saves into wins on Eco. No one clear-cut in the opening rounds of this game because there's two ways to look at it, Harry. There's two minds with the crowd. Is it going to build FURIA up and make them play the best CS of their careers against the current favorite to win the major, or will it break them with the pressure of having to perform for their crowd, for their people, for their country? Will that be too much to bear? Remains to be seen.
Tell you what, coming into this major, it looked like that was going to be the case. If you remember, FURIA caught that opening L versus Big in the challenger stage. But from that point on, they didn't drop a map. Yeah. So they warmed up to playing in front of the home crowd in a very big way.
It certainly didn't help their Brazilian brethren, 00 Nation Imperial. 0-3 in the challenger stage, made no space in this tournament, but there can only be one. FURIA rear their heads for a third round. Arms better than that of their opponents, and up by a man as well. kxgo's good nade, top and the peak. He's going to get 2 for 1. Can he get out? Can he even find more? Simple looks to shoot him down. Oh, helps on the cross. There's the trade, but it's come at a cost. 2-on-4 now for NAVI, and nothing to work with.
This has just got to be raw mechanics, man. In the 2v4, you've got one Molotov to try and get a little tricky with. Not a lot for NAVI here. It feels inevitable. A third round waiting in the wings for FURIA. If they can just stick the landing, 4 bullets would put a stop to this round and return FURIA to the lead.
Yeah, they're coming from the same position. This is going to be a bloodbath. There's no way you can clear Yuri as well. Simple trying to play with the crowd. They're not going to help you now, buddy. Quick kill for safe. Yuri up top. Simple shutting the door. It's going to give away some position, but Yuri, he's dropped in and will finish the job. The rifles reign supreme for FURIA, and they finally break that money. Call it a conversion, albeit a little later. They'll take it. Putting NAVI on pistols will only bring them further to an upset win on this first map. NAVI's pick, we have a banging veto today. To end on Mirage would be glorious. But we're going to fight through Nuke and Ancient first.
I even think Ancient as a second is so interesting. It was back in Antwerp, if you remember, the FURIA faced Team Spirit and they got beat at their own game.
The pressure really got to them. Those T-side rushes, they were not good call for R. Fell apart on the T-side of Ancient, and this is a team that back-to-back in quarterfinals in the last 2 majors have fallen to CIS squads. Gambit back in Stockholm, Spirit in Antwerp. Will it be a third? Or can NAVI keep it cool? How the hell are you supposed to keep your cool here, Harry? I couldn't tell you.
Well, this should be where FURIA get their free B round, a chance to set a bit of a precedent, make a bit of money, build up that kind of residual bank balance on the CT side. It's going to be so helpful in the long run of this game. And got to say, to open up, the captain of FURIA, he's looking lights out. It was him who kind of led the way with that scout investment that kick-started this whole little streak for FURIA in the first place. Yeah, he's dead after 1. It's the clash of the IGLs outside. Electronic does find him with the P250.
Yeah, aggression's the name of the game for FURIA. Are at the forefront of 30% of the opening fights FURIA take. Captain always willing to throw himself into the mix, and already he's got Simple's number in multiple rounds. kxgo fires rounds downrange and finds 3 headshots. FURIA looking to make quick work of this eco. Bit can't break the bank. And with 3 alive, FURIA are favoured going up against those pistols.
This is where things are really going to get interesting. This is the real, true test of this FURIA CT side, where we get to test their metal, see what it's made of. Curious what NAVI are going to look to pull out. Heading into their return to the rifles. I think the last thing you want, especially in an environment like this, one that is, a path that has not really been trodden before. They can't afford to let the momentum go against them.
Yeah, NAVI are typically a home favorite, right? They always have the crowd on their side. They always have supporters. Best player in the world. Bit of a misbuy. Already the nerves racking up for NAVI. Funny fingers, press the wrong buttons, and now NAVI need to recover or their money again gets bungled. Molly in the hut slows down the quick pace pick, but Simple won't stop. Already makes it to Secret. Oh, that's an aggressive move for Safe. He even fires off, given a second chance to post up. He wants to make the most of this aggressive AWP. He has a few lines to fall back, but instead he moves forward.
Safe wants to fight for this. He wants to get involved with this AWP as soon as he's boarded out. Perfecto doesn't try to trade him, but now he's seen it with a missed shot. It's the tag from Safe. Traded after one. Does a lot of damage, but can't complete that kill. And so NAVI still have a way into this round yet, crossing through Secret.
Look who's here.
FURIA have dropped a man down towards lower, and it's Art. Finger to the pulse. In the right place at the right time. The captain waits with bated breath. They're coming around the corner. No! Simple, friendly fire onto Electronic. So the advantage is FURIA's now. Bomb spotted down at lower. Perfecto and Bit worlds apart in this round. This is not going to be easy. Yeah. And with Perfecto dead, Bit's got to do it alone.
King of the headshots, but can he be king of the clutch? kxgo seen him cross. All the timing's going amiss. Bit finds a chance. He doesn't want to go for the stick. Drop is already down below, and so he hunts the kill up above. Event player yet to drop, makes it clear he cannot come up top. He's got to go into this lower site. Drop, as soon as he hears the plant, he can activate. Does Bit plant for ramp or single? He hasn't cleared either. Time ticks, forced to stick. Bit gets it down. FURIA are going to face, and they won't allow it. 5 rounds up on the CT side. Are NAVI feeling the burn yet? Art's got full util on that round. He doesn't care. He wants to take the fight in Secret. Crazy play to make, and it costs NAVI a round with a team kill, with an uncleared off angle. Already the cracks are starting to show. Yeah.
And that's one for Simple. He knows. Yeah. He knows that TK was kind of the beginning of the end of the round.
They've got him right where they want him.
If you can keep, Simple in his head a little bit, you might be onto something big here. Now, kxgo naded out right away. Those were nades into main, coupled with the peak. And there was no dodging that for kxgo. You've lost quite the player to open up this anti-eco round. And these rounds are the ones that can get out of hand when you go a man down early.
Yeah.
So now we see if FURIA can adapt to this pressure, right? This kind of uniquely terrifying situation where NAVI feel like they have nothing to lose.
He saw Simple on top of the scout. He probably won't reface. Why give him the satisfaction? Already crossed red is the bomb, but Bit needs supporting cast to cross the Secret. Missed shot. Safe considers it, but he goes back to red. Just keep this 4-on-4. NAVI can't do much with pistols outside, and Safe almost decapitates Sumdar Young, and they're dropping into main. Simples will give him more shots, and they won't connect. There's the head. Art will trade. Again, this head-to-head between the captain and the GOAT stands to the favor of Art. Perfecto picks that scout up, though. He puts it to work. 3-on-2. Suddenly, NAVI are favored yet again. You've got to make concessions in a round like this, and while Yuri's taken lobby, his teammates drop vent. NAVI want nothing to do with lower, but they are figuring that out.
Yeah, this info play from drop is pretty huge. Kind of that forward warning that lower doesn't look to be on the cards for NAVI. And so as this round drags on, the deeper FURIA go, the more info they're getting, the more they realize that this is the A play. Yuri is ready and waiting. He's begging they come his way. There's one, and the double. Traded after the fact, and now we get into the 1v1. Bit versus drop. Bomb on the other side, and that jump is risky, but Bit's got the info and nails the shot. in the 1v1.
Just when you think FURIA are going to start building into this game, NAVI don't relent. They don't release the tension. An eco win off of the nade stack in mini. Electronic has been quite an arc for this player, but taking over the in-game leading duties, he's certainly given NAVI a bump up. Some great calling on this T side. And while FURIA is still hanging on head-to-head, neck and neck right now, NAVI winning an eco throws it once again into disarray. Head spinning, stage the same. Money on the edge for both teams now.
You know, good time to mention. Simple, very much the catalyst for that round. Winning that scout head-to-head outside, giving all that room over in the first place, making matters very, very awkward for FURIA. Takes a couple of swings out of guys like Art to try and tame the beast outside, but he ends up becoming part of the problem. So now, right back in, FURIA still in with the chance to keep a healthy lead up, but they are all in on this round. If they lose it, NAVI, they're closing this gap. They're bringing us back to level pegging.
A lot of util gone early for FURIA. They've been fine not to use it every single time, but only a smoke remains at minute 30. That's panicky. That's in anticipation of a fast round. NAVI to throw in off of the eco, they have not. Again, they cross. Smokes land from spawn. Sunday Young, he has all of them, in fact. He's throwing a full wall right now. kxgo is going to flash out into the picture. It's not going to go far enough, and Electronic finds that entry. NAVI, as that second smoke lands, just about now, they can cross as it blooms and get down to B, and this is the mind game. The fake outs on lower that NAVI have already been performing. Bit is selling it right now with that entry from Electronic, but the rest of the squad regroups for a ramp hit. Yuri with nothing to defend it but his wits and his rifle. And even NAVI, second guess, doubt themselves, go back to A. But this is the right call right now as only Drop remains.
He's going to have to do something big as Drop. In the door, that's the bomb. A lot of info on the back of that kill there. Sumda Young dead. And kxgo from back in Garage lights them up on the cross. One man's made it in and Drop's got no idea, but a rifle pull. And the site held on to. It's just simple left at the end. 1v4. Smoke down, makes life a misery for the lone gunman in NAVI, trying to find a way back in. He's seen him at the back of the side, but not working with a lot of time here. Simple wins one fight, but no more.
Put down. What a defense from Drop, but you got to say NAVI dropped the ball in that one. Not trading that entry kill outdoor, allowing him to go all the way to the back of the bomb site, and then not even checking on that mini flank either. They just cross him with that back turn to kxgo in the corner. And NAVI, they don't fake FURIA out today. They had the perfect round position-wise, but they can't close it. And you got to say, to see Drop performing, got to be feeling panicked. 18 years of age on the biggest stage he's ever seen. Notes won't save you now. You can have the best laid game plan, but if you can't execute it, you will get eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, dude, in terms of experience, you know, NAVI, most experienced dog that we have making their way through the playoffs, and I think even for these guys, this is probably the biggest, if not the loudest stage they've ever been on.
And to their detriment.
Yeah. And so, you know, you imagine that the other way, Drop, someone who has a fraction of that experience. Every kind of quarterfinal they've made it to in a major, taking a bit of a beating as well since he moved into the squad. This isn't something he's crazy familiar with.
He looks focused, man. He's not letting the outside world deter him. Take it in, enjoy it, but don't let it distract you from the objective in mind. 6-3, FURIA holding the lead right now. And you can hear it. You can see why. And I think the way that we're framing this game, especially with Cloud9 eliminated yesterday, with so many of the teams and legends we know and love, not to make it even into the playoffs, some not even to the challenger stage, defeated at the RMR. Right now, it feels like the winner of this match is poised to win the entire damn thing. This is the hardest game you're going to get.
Without a doubt. I think that's why, you know, there's so many eyeballs on this one. I mean, everyone can feel it. If Brazil was ever going to find its way to lifting another major trophy, this would be the recipe for it.
Yeah. And while not a surprise in terms of the caliber of players we've got on FURIA, it's the old names out of the picture. It's the new boys on the block. It's the academy era. And Drop is very much a part of that. Back in now, Na'Vi force up a half buy. 1 AK on Simple, stubborn, always going to be making sure he's got something to play with, but his teammates are already falling like flies. Double lobby push, Drop joins the fray, and everyone falls. Simple remains, 2 kills. What a spray, and Electronic comes in out of nowhere, and FURIA 1 step too far.
Yeah, they think they can just go for the throat. They can keep beating Na'Vi down. Well, it's made this round interesting. Simple. Oh, Simple. Oh, his hands. Wins that first fight, but kxerato slipped the net. 1v2.
Back
the
turn.
Panther stalks the spray in silence. Here's the backstab. They know about it now. Oh, the claws are out for kxerato, but he can't quite find it. It's Electronic to take the clutch, take the round, and Na'Vi, they punish that lobby aggro, the best of starts for FURIA in a vintage FURIA round, and it's flipped on its head in an instant.
2-on-5 turnaround in seconds, in an instant. FURIA dig their own graves. Just when you think they got it in their palm of their hand, Simple up top, not cleared, comes in with a double. And the captain Electronic ends the round. Na'Vi, no one is building in this game. No one has got the momentum. Anyone can win any round, any force, any buy. And bye-bye to Art. He can't cross, not to Red. Head spotted, Simple taps away. Perfecto smoke spams an A player, and they're just going to erupt on the bomb site. Quick into A. Safe and Yuri, MP9s. And as Na'Vi slow it down off the back of that death, the kills will come to them.
Yeah, this is so awkward for Safe. He's done a lot of damage with this MP9 outside. Done well to keep himself in the fight here, but is it going to amount to anything more than that? It never should. The bomb's going down inside of A. And FURIA just a little too far removed, a little too far gone in this round. It's Na'Vi bringing this game back even closer. Getting past this force buy is massive as well. FURIA put it all into this round. And so finally they're going to have to bite the bullet. It had to happen sooner or later, and Eco. And so this scoreline's about to get closed up, Hugo.
Yeah, and clean money for Na'Vi as well. That's such a big factor with how we've seen these rounds already go, with so many force buy and Eco wins already. Now, finally, for the first time, FURIA's economy is broken. Absolutely gone. Nothing to show for it but an MP9. And yeah, you could try and force, just with how wacky this game has been, but you can't justify it. It's not a reasonable decision. FURIA almost certainly going to be on those full USPs, likely going to be stacking A site. And this is where Na'Vi can really get going on their map pick. Prep is the key though. FURIA very likely going to know what Na'Vi like to do in these kind of rounds. And Art's even gone in with the buy. Very Art-esque, putting himself on the MP9. The value of actually having a main AWP is it means he doesn't need to save. He can always try and make these rounds look winnable. But Na'Vi have thrown a spanner in the works, immediately sending Perfecto down lower. The aggression held by Electronic should be unkillable here. In a tight angle, he can fall off at the first sign of contact. And it's coming.
And Molly's going to force them forward.
Oh, no!
Oh, with spray, but only one from Art's MP9. Sundar Young's got Simple's back, and so this one, looking like it can be forgotten about. RV navigate it well. They're not going to fall down in these sort of moments. Oh, man. A little awkward, but Bits moved into the lobby to take up the angle. Why'd I say it? Safe taps him out. Even another dink from the USP downrange, but end of the line now, surely, as they do collapse upon the 2 remaining players. There's the equalizer.
You're not going to catch Na'Vi off guard with these lobby pushes as well, right? Think about just round 10 alone. In a 2-on-5, Na'Vi flip it on its head. And so now they're more than aware. As that ramp push comes in off of Electronic's close molly, the door push, the hut push in tow, denied. And Na'Vi build into the game that they always should have at the start of the map, off of that second round force by win. Tack timeout for FURIA, a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, this whole first half is kind of won or lost on the basis of this next round, really. As mentioned, FURIA, they've kind of been put with their backs against the wall right now, Hugo. They're always teetering on the edge of having this money broken. It's not where you want to be, so they know how important this round is if they want to win out this first half of play.
Yeah, strong T-side on Nuke is bread and butter for NAVI right now. Safe with a molly ready. He's even got two dropped at his feet. If he wants to try and stop this cross, he can spam it as well. Set them up behind the flames and the smoke, but the ladder of which is not down yet for NAVI. No one even poised to throw it. They're waiting for an aggressive play. Meanwhile, Perfecto is flashing, faking, throwing everything he's got at the A site, and is going to draw the eyes of FURIA in the wrong place for now. NAVI, again, expertly get down secret, and I don't think they were even spotted. I think Safe just looked away. Both mollies available, neither of value, and as NAVI smoke off hell, Electronic can move in late for the kill like he often does. We've seen this round before for NAVI. It worked out last time. You have contingencies in place, but right now I think they're going to explode on this lower site, and there's no one here to stop them.
Yeah, the one way back in for FURIA hinges on one of these fights at the extremities coming up in their favor. Right, if this bomb goes down at lower, right now they have no idea NAVI are even down here.
Two lurkers, but neither in a hurry.
Yeah, looking like they want to come in late towards ramp. Windows getting broken, lower getting taken. No reaction yet out of FURIA. They wait to see if there is any of these late lurks moving in through the lobby, and they're right in this assumption. Safe just leaves ramp, and now ready. Perfecto, the question becomes, is he ready for Yuri up close? He's not. First kill found, but it's traded immediately. And as mentioned, you know, with this fight coming in very, very late, it's not happening for FURIA. They can't attempt this one. They didn't know that NAVI were down lower.
Yeah, what a perfect fake out again. It was just Perfecto throwing all that util in topside that drew Safe out of position for 1 second. And look what it caused. The whole castle comes crumbling down, and you can kill who you want, but you can't get your round back. 7 for NAVI on the T side right now. And they've got to run really far away to keep these rifles. What a play for Simple to even come up from B on ramp and trade out his teammate who doesn't check Yuri. You got to give it to Electronic. He's calling some miraculous counter-strike on the T side of Nuke. Definitely one of the more tactically deep maps we have in the pool right now. And NAVI are making the most of it. The amount of dry crosses outside we've already seen from this squad in a few rounds of play is impressive. Even more so that FURIA half the time haven't had the information. NAVI are not buckling under the pressure. They're stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, I kind of hope we see Art take a bit of a breather, man. This guy's been on SMGs, like low buys, what feels like an eternity ever since he kind of first came in with that, you know, overzealous force where he's riding the momentum, trying to keep it vintage Art.
Well, if you buy MP9 every round, Harry, you can buy every round. There's the benefit, but I agree.
I just think he's been so instrumental with the rifles towards outside, right? Yeah. He was so often the guy who could crack rounds open, but instead relegated to the SMG again. Art's got to try and do more with less.
And NAVI more would be impeccable on this T side. Again, this top side util that last time FURIA saw it, it was a fake out. Watch NAVI commit with it this time. They're doing it early. They're not waiting around. Will anyone make a play off of the back of this nade? Molly should be for the back of the site here. Or it's on Drop's position, top silo. He's aiming wide right, I think it might be. You're about to push Drop off of a very powerful spot. It's almost impossible to clear. And so NAVI have done their homework, they've done their research, and they're ready to explode onto this A site.
Re-smoke's well timed for kxerato, but the molly will push him out into the open. Drop, given room up on top of the silo. There's one, but out of ammo now. It's going to fall to kxerato, and he can't hold the line. Yuri's dead out through the heavens. And Safe has to walk this one alone out through main and into the site, but not ready for the swing from the site. Some die young. Seals the deal on the round, and it's another one of these fast switch-ups from NAVI. A rough-looking opener, but the trades coming back and forth.
Yeah, just the depth of this two-side alone. We've not seen the typical boring defaulting, which is just fool all the smokes outside, send a fake behind it, chill in lobby, wait for aggression, catch a ramp kill, explode down low with your prober, who's already come through from the yard. NAVI are being dynamic, switching it up every single time. FURIA can't seem to put a lid on it right now. Can't stop the force as NAVI spread their wings again and flap their way outside. Young very deep, and Blind is safe with his back turned. Can't look up, drop, looking down, but might fall as well the same. Electronic gets that kill, and they don't even know, but Young has impeccable timing. He is already heaven. Eyes are not looking upward for FURIA. kxgo starts to consider. Simple's in the vent. NAVI are everywhere. They're in your head. They're in your lower sight. They're in your spawn.
This is a very well-poised round for NAVI. They've kind of got all the power positions right. The whole map feels open to you right now. Simple in the vents is just such a huge blessing for them to have.
This is still a really nice reaction for FURIA. They're taking lobby. I don't know if they're going to be able to find the bomb, but if NAVI try and regroup through this position, they could get caught. They won't. They make the right call. Realization that we don't have this part of the map. We have everything else. Why not use it? And so FURIA clear inside. Will that force them to drop lower, away from this heaven flank? Because again, NAVI have these contingencies. They have both options open. They can go wherever they want.
Still, while they got options, you can't afford to be too choosy. Got to be decisive in your actions when they come through. And Young faking out the heaven play into this A-bomb site, making noise, keeping bodies here for FURIA, but he will get bested. Down on lower, Yuri waits. There's one before he's gone. An even odds round in the retake. It's Art and kxgo left in it, though. These two have been the heavy hitters. And not waiting around. Holding W, collecting Ws. And finally putting another round on the board for FURIA.
That could be a problem for Stewie. Burning, he's got to get the pass.
Oh, he's a madman. We see the consistent aggression. Art with a third, and he's hungry for more. Oh, it's a collateral Zephyr and Leave. Take it in one shot. Art is nuts.
In the organization's 5th major appearance, FURIA are neck and neck against ex-champions of NAVI. You want to talk legends, we often talk Dupree, the only player to have attended every single major in Counter-Strike Go. NAVI as an organization are exactly the same. And today their job is to take down the home-crowned heroes, to again relegate FURIA to a 3rd quarterfinal in a major in a row. Never further. NAVI so far up to the task. A winning half on the T side of Nuke is nothing to turn your nose up at. But FURIA are waking up and here to respond.
Yeah, I think R gets a much needed final round on the board there, right? Just something to bring his head back into it a little. Something to keep FURIA engaged and believing in this series.
They need all the help they can get, and this crowd's certainly offering some assistance, but Simple seems to be playing with his food already. Hands to the ears, despite a couple of shaky rounds in there for NAVI. That's a dominant half that typically in CS should at least guarantee you a game, but there are no guarantees in this major, as we've already learned. Favorites falling round after round, stage after stage, and on this stage as well. Second half is just around the corner. Some say Simple's best side in all of Counter-Strike. But talking legends, we got Taco shooting out t-shirts in the meantime.
Absolutely love to see that. Just a little something to keep everyone happy.
I don't know if they got enough though, Harry.
He's going to be there a while, I'll tell you that much.
We're going to need some higher caliber, I think, for Taco. And maybe for FURIA as well. Right now, no shaky players though. No one's fallen off. No one's coming cold. Perfecto bottom of the board over on Navi's side. But as much as this can be Simple's best CT side as well, Perfecto is a turret. He is a cannon on the top side of CT Nuke. A player who rarely makes mistakes. And we're going to need that more than ever now.
All right, then, let's get into this second half, shall we? FURIA on the T side, a lot of utility between drop and safe. Plenty for them to throw a bit of trickery in, but it looks like this might be something a little bit faster, blowing the door off. They won't commit to the fight just yet. Up on top of the hut, Sumda Young lies in wait with these dual Berettas outside. Whoa. Arc continues his reign of terror. A lot of damage in the head-to-head versus Simple. And he's used this as a bit of a veil to try and slip through main. Now Sumda Young, cognizant of it, turns his attention to deal with the point man of FURIA. kxerato wins one fight, but nothing else is going their way. They need a hero, need someone to step up and try to reclaim some of these kills, and it's not going to happen. NAVI, pistol round secured, up on a 9. And now they got their fingers crossed that they can start to run away with this and put it to bed.
Yeah, I'm not counting on anything right now. You remember those first 6-7 rounds of the first half, back and forth, 4 spies aplenty. No conversion on the pistol for FURIA, even though they eventually got the gun rounds under wraps to build up a bit of an early lead. NAVI now need to do the same, but actually FURIA are allowing it. They want to maximize their rifle rounds in the T side, allowing it for now with Glocks and a fast A pop, but denied by the nade of NAVI, obliterated in the door. 2v5, and it's going to be an easy round for NAVI to close out.
$10-7, but don't worry. The goal was never to win that round if you're FURIA. You just had Glocks. Where things are really looking to pick up is in the round that you've just saved for now. Electing to bring out the rifles as fast as they can.
Yeah, and this is going to be a real test of art as well, right? Not just in terms of these often opening kills we see from him and fast routing on T sides, which you can get away with on Nuke, but we just saw a masterclass of leading from Electronic on the T side, and now Art needs to show one of his own. He's got a Mac 10. You want to talk pace? This is the guy you think of. Going quick over the top. Silo drop, Simple in main, putting pressure on from the door. They're going to keep his attention diverted. This is a chance to come in on the backstab, but he's already put the first one to bed. Simple tapping away, backstab on the Mac 10. They drop in, Electronic can't plug the hole, and FURIA run wild until Perfecto shuts them out.
Still alive, still alive! Oh, Perfecto! line up for him.
That's how you use the MP9R. 4 kills off the top, and the lineup to close. They shut the crowd up. And I just mentioned this guy's bottom performer in the server right now. This is his position. This is his site. And FURIA are going to have to fight hard to break through it.
Yeah, I really hope that we get more mileage out of Yuri. He's someone I'm looking at right now, and I'm thinking he's got to step this up. Because it's been him and kxgo throughout the other games that have been that high fragging duo for FURIA.
Oh, and again, Art bought a rifle, he bought a Galil in this round, it's already gone. Irretrievable. Electronic, as loud as it is, he can still hear the steps, and Simple's ready to receive and lower.
Holds the line, makes it look easy. Simple quells the threat down lower, and kxgo with a CZ all alone. Might be able to grab the Galil, but it's bait. Electronic. He was waiting for exactly that.
Simple has shown up in championship form. Was there ever a question? Was there ever a question that this guy is here to break hearts on the stage? Hundreds of thousands of people amassed at home, and many more in the Janus Arena today. And Simple is making enemies.
Yeah, brilliant to see Simple showing up in this form. It really is.
Especially after a bit of a drop-off, right? NAVI have certainly not had that in their performance. Sure, they've only lifted 1 trophy this year, second at Cologne, some close games, some close tournaments, but at the end of the day, Simple, he's not been the powerhouse in these last couple of months that we usually expect to see. This would be one way to resurge to life in cutting the neck of FURIA here in the quarters and going through to what should be an open bracket, a closed book, a free major. Simple, aggressive behind the smoke.
Ooh, hiding in it with the flashbang. FURIA might be spamming, but eventually that smoke clears and Art wins it out. The head-to-head between him and Simple continues to heat up here. FURIA now in a 5v4, and you kind of have to milk this for all it's worth. You don't want to get caught holding W now. You really need to play the advantage on this one. Because if you can't win this round with Simple out of the picture and an untraded 5v4, then what can you win?
Yeah, Flash P gets nothing as well for NAVI. It's a top hit coming through for FURIA. They've got the util, they've got the flashes coming in, and Sundayoung is burning and blind. He's 5 HP. This should be a shot from death. Perfecto perfects the protection and stops him from getting out, but he won't last much longer. Drop, saves the round until Electronic comes in from top. It's a massacre on the A site, and the young boy a bit has to stand tall.
They're separated, but Safe comes back. Cares the heavens. And heaven sent as he saves the day on that one.
A deep breath for FURIA. They almost dropped that one right there in the site. Those rounds are not easy when you've got crossfires like that in the back of A. But drop the young'un, double entry to do it back, finding FURIA their first on their offensive half. Simple came into the second half 0-3 in opening fights, not what you'd expect for a man of his stature. He's at least leveled out with his first, but right there again, picked by Art early. You can expect aggression for FURIA, right? It was a reasonable play to go behind that smoke. If they fast play the red cross, he's going to get kills, but FURIA in no hurry in their first gunny. May bring a bit more pace today. Molly in main, smoke in the vent. Art's going to make his way down, but he gets stuck. He's lost in the source.
Oh, it's a little awkward for Art here, but he will find his way. Bit already down the vent, ready to tango with him, ready to face him in the head-to-head, gets the info that they're moving in through secret, and even goes back in for a little bit more. Safe knocked out of the round, and Simple already here, waiting with this AWP at ramp. Gonna try his hand at the swing. There's something from Yuri. We said we wanted more out of this guy, but it's just the one and done in this round. But he successfully traded it. This round is super awkward for Furia. kxerato and Drop, they're worlds apart. Drop's trying to get into this B site alone. Gonna try his hand at the spam. It's close, it's damaged, but Bit's still very much in the picture here.
Yeah, right above. Drop's just trying to snuff him out. He's going to draw enough attention that kxerato can get set up in double door or window, but there's already a second rotate. Bit has peeled out of the bomb site. Smoke on single, an open window. kxerato needs this kill, or this is dead in the water.
It is low. This is the best time for it. kxerato wins that first fight. Gonna need more than that, though, as now NAVI starts to begin. A bit of a rotate down through the vents, down towards lower. Electronic, the man to Drop. Finds his timing. Drop planting safe. Might get away with it, might not, as Electronic's there. Gets him just after the bomb's gone down, teeing up kxerato. Now, this guy's always been the clutcher for Furia. Always been the man who had to deliver in moments like this, but this time, cut down right away. Unfortunate timing on the ramp swing puts a stop to it, and NAVI, lovely protocol, lovely response after catching wind of that lower play.
Yeah, Furia take too long on that lower side, right? They take far too long after they get that pick onto Bit. Along on the catwalk, they know there's another player. A smoke just came out from ramp side, but they don't know whether that player's pushed in yet or not. And kxerato, you said he's a clutcher, Harry. He's the highest clutcher for this event so far, joint with Inters. So the only one still in the tournament at 10 clutches so far in Rio. But 11 will not be found in this round. NAVI close the net and collapse upon Furia in the post plant. Heads up drop for Electronic. Does not doubt himself. And Furia have called every single timeout. They know it's slipping away. 4 rounds in a row for NAVI at the start of the half, broken by a single one, and now back to broke are Furia. A bomb plant will relieve some tension. But this is NAVI's game right now, and there's no getting away from it.
All right, well, there's the last tack timeout used. The last chance to take a breather in this one. It's full steam ahead for Furia now, at the full mercy of the pace of this game. Lobbing this util into the A-bomb site, making it look like they really want to go. Perfecto has something to say about it, though. Up, over, dead at the hut. Sundar Young blinded. Electronic dead after one, but the bomb gets away from Furia. 2v2 as the A site goes quiet. Yuri waits back in main. He would love Bit to give this kill over. kxerato's waiting for it too, trying to bait him in. Simple from heaven. Won't be given an angle. Instead, it's Bit fighting first. kxerato gets the info. Doesn't want to give this kill away. That's what Yuri's here for. Simple sees him, but a missed shot. And it's Yuri's fight to win. Bit in the 1v2. Knows he has him trapped in main. How long does he wait? kxerato, nasty surprise. Why is he outside, they're asking? Why is he outside?
What a route. What a round. What a save. After again the anchor gets a double on top side. Perfecto can't do enough there for NAVI. And Furia, you've got to say, this looks like a different team to the last quarterfinals of Antwerp. They know when to slow down. They know when to pull the brakes out in these mid-round moments. Not jumping the gun, but letting NAVI come to them. A 9th taken and money on the rocks for NAVI. Will the ice melt? As Furia put out the fire, smoke spam. Everyone on the chopping block. These wall bangs can connect very easily. Furia attempting through the hut, nothing noteworthy. They can try route ramp. Bits here with a FAMAS. Re-smoke down. It's out. Furia, an open path.
Simple's been called for. Moving in with the AWP on the angle. Posted, missed shot. Can't get out of there, Bit. Falls at the bottom of ramp. That's an open path down into this B site. For NAVI, they are all in on this round. If they go for this retake and come up short, Furia are right back in this map. They might have to save on the back of the money alone. But look at Yuri. Look at this position. He wants to try and take the guns out of it, but Simple won't let it happen. The rest of NAVI gonna try and boost to get this gun.
Smart.
They will be saving Furia onto double digits. 3 rounds behind.
Wow, the little leg up there for Simple. throws Sumdayoung on the roof. Hello, Foon. And they're going to get that gun at the end of the day. FURIA still hunting Art with nothing to lose. The money man. Able to get it done with no matter what you give him. But however you slice it, 10 rounds for FURIA and seemingly weapons saved, including a sniper. And let's talk about it, Harry. We mentioned how Simple was slow to start in terms of the opening kills. Right there again, back-to-back rounds of the AW. He misses shots, and that's not what we expect of him. His rifling was incredible on T side. But not this kill, the one on ramp, the swing kill, the one that would have made all the difference and set NAVI up to rotate down low. And hell, yeah, maybe risk their money, but maybe give them a shot in the 4v4 retake. It doesn't come through. Combine that with the main shot in the previous round. A couple of whiffs for Simple and not the time to show them.
And I mean, right now, credit to him, kxerato is going toe-to-toe with Simple. In terms of the firepower, in terms of what they're bringing to the server. And with Simple cooling off in the last few rounds, kxerato still keeping his finger to the trigger. It's all the makings of something in the water for FURIA.
Yeah, this broke money is still the big scare for NAVI. But a couple of rifles can get you across that finish line, no doubt about it. Re-smoke at ramp, they'll call off the boost peak. Simple's here, this time ahead of a potential Molotov. Oh, it looks like he wants to go through. At least clearing close. FURIA put pressure on the A site, but little do they know they've already got all of the util out of NAVI. It's only a smoke on Electronic. Simple. Another missed shot on the smoke fade. They're going to smoke their way out. He is throwing himself into the fight right now. This is the round on this engagement. Simple wants to start it off. Right behind. Missed shot, and drop takes him out of the round. That might be it. That might already be 11, and FURIA run wild.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and NAVI might be feeling exactly that now. Art will die on his play up into the A site. The rest of FURIA see that as their signal to go down lower. You like to think that they've done enough already.
2 here, 3 here.
Control room call for the rotate down. The rest of NAVI are all moving in. They want to give this a go.
Gotta fake it.
Tap on the bomb. Doors now swing. kxerato with one. Sumdayoung tries his hand at the trade, but is whittled down low now. Perfecto in decon, still harassing, still being annoying. But it's Sumdayoung dead. And Perfecto in this 1v2 now. Dropped at the hands of the young gun from FURIA. And that is 11 rounds.
Is this really happening, Harry? It felt like a done deal. Not just at halftime, but the rounds following. NAVI finding that 12-7. Not enough. Simple feeling the pressure, feeling the burn, and throwing themselves into fights he typically won't miss. But when you do, you see the results. FURIA have found 11. NAVI, again, economy has been the name of the game. Both teams broke. Sumdayoung on a shotgun. It's certainly tempting. It can be tantalizing. But FURIA are the ones fantasizing about stealing their opponent's map pick away on home soil. What a performance that would be. And we're not too far out from that possibility. And now we've finally got cash for Safe Zorp as well. Last couple of rounds, he's been finding picks with it. Bailing FURIA out of awkward spots. Oh, good spam! Perfecto battered and bruised. And FURIA look like they want this A site. But that will lead them into the alligator. A long barrel with even sharper teeth on Sumdayoung. In come the Brazilians.
And they are going into it. This auto shotgun, this is the ideal spot for it. Will it accomplish anything? No, it's dead right away. Perfecto, back of the bomb site, needs to hold on. The cavalry are not here yet. The reinforcements are only just arriving, and they're all cut down. FURIA on a 12. Oh, man! Listen to this arena sing.
Electric energy. And how can you not crumble under the pressure? NAVI, where is now. Where is your GOAT? It's the Panthers, one away from equalization. And NAVI broke on the way there. Don't throw these rounds away. While they should be the simplest, can sometimes get out of hand. NAVI can play like they have nothing to lose. So FURIA very cautiously in the lobby, stacked up with 2 on top, with Molotovs in the ramp room. Make no mistake about it, they will not drop the ball here.
Lovely double from Art. He is feeling it right now. Simple tagged up, this scout outside, gonna struggle to get involved in the round. And knocked out by Yuri. There's not even any danger left. FURIA have got this one in the bag. NAVI have dropped down lower, taking a bit of a gamble. It's really all they could have done here. They've bet against the house on this one, and the house always wins. 13 all. As FURIA tie this game up with their 5th round in a row.
Oh, a death, not the end of the world. They'll be able to exit these kills. Sunday Young, a nice tap.
Hang on a moment, guys. Don't go hunting just yet.
Money and guns, that's the aim of the game for NAVI, but fingers found by Safe as he clicks him down. Perfecto, a nice shot, but nothing more. And FURIA rid NAVI of rifles. Equalization. A paramount point in the game now for NAVI to recover, to show if they have that championship mentality. The current favorites for the trophy in Rio on their map pick, and it's turning harrowing. Is this CT side getting hollowed out from the inside? Head in hands for Electronic. Played on the mic. But how can you even hear what your coach has to say? These screams are piercing NAVI's soul.
As far as the eye can see, there are people preying on your downfall. And with every round that this gets closer, the pressure only builds for NAVI. FURIA, this is their moment. Do they take the lead here and now? After 5 in a row. Triple outside for NAVI. Yuri walks a dangerous path on this one. He's gonna have a lot to do. Electronic just looks away. They don't know that Yuri's made it to red. This could be a way in for FURIA right now. Electronic has no idea that Yuri is in this position. Outside smoke's going in over the top. Electronic waits, but here's this fight. Opening up, Safe with a TK. A little too fast for his own good, but he can't outrun the guns on this one.
Hey, sometimes you got to take the shot. It may be worth its weight in gold. FURIA looking to break diamonds, and they have maybe brought the tools to this T side. Keserato ready to pop into A. That's the end goal, it seems, for FURIA. Yuri has lower, he's in no hurry. Perfecto, the topside anchor, who's been doubling up seemingly every single round, is finally locked out in the wrong location. FURIA ready to burst A. Perfecto runs the gun! He finds Yuri in the backstab, and now NAVI know what's up.
FURIA have got to go. They've got to win this first fight, and Sunday Young, oh, good for the first. Safe trying to make up for that TK.
Winnable.
Does bring it back into a 2v3. Heaven Plant Bit could face this, but he won't. He wants to play it safe. That's given FURIA a bomb plant drop. Oh! And there's both! Perfecto! 1v1! Swung! And it's dropped to do it to him! 14 rounds for FURIA! And the arena erupts! They know what that round means, Hugo! NAVI are broke!
It's not just the money, but the mental as well. To win a round like that starts with you killing your in-game leader. And a spray to save it, a sniper, a much-needed addition to FURIA, who fell off after the departure of Henny. Safe puts him in their backpack. Don't Don't rush a ramp smoke now, Furia. Don't throw this opportunity away. Your best chance of breaking NAVI on their best map in the most important game of your goddamn life. Stacked up top. Simple drops very low right now. Wallbangs will end him, and drops delivered it. That might just beckon you in. The sight tempts you, it calls your name. Electronic closes that net. He's right behind. A swing through the smoke denied. Sumda Young on top of the hut. The stand-in has got to stand up, and 2 headshots. That 5-7 mauls Furia.
Still
Plank is here. The pistols are shredding them.
Furia are starting to realize this one's getting so out of hand. They're losing control. They're not in control anymore. NAVI with the pistols deny map point.
I just think it's Furia's patience that lets them down. If they could get in off that entry through the wall, Simple spammed out. If they could have burst into A, they would have avoided that flank entirely. Sure, it would have come at concessions. The double 5-7 tap out. But if Furia can trade their way into A, it's their round to win. Now NAVI have done it back. They've broken a 6-round streak with pistols of all weapons. And now Furia must harness the energy to shut this out before NAVI save their bacon.
Electronic close outside. Yuri's going to swing in. Looked a little jittery in the fight, but still wins it out.
Oh.
Good flash.
Oh.
Dead in the water. A 3v5. Bit dropping down into the site. NAVI seemingly with the read. They could feel that this looked like an A split. And so they're poised to deal with the remainder of this A play. Furia would be going right where NAVI want them to go.
Oh. If Bit peeked that, Safe was holding up. It's a game of timings. It's a guessing game. And NAVI don't have to guess. They can just rely on this stack no matter what site. They can retake lower. Triple top. This is a perfect setup. No picks presented. Simple sniping ramp side. And while he's missed every orb shot seemingly this half, he may not be required in this round. Bit, a headshot would cause this to come crumbling down right now. Furia are entering the site.
That Molly's going to force him forward into the clutches of this triple setup. They try to make it down the vent, but Safe does not have safe passage. Drop 1v5,
No.
plotting out in the open.
No.
Simple denies it. The full 30 rounds needed, and NAVI, the ones to get to 15 first. The big bad in Rio de Janeiro. And they're just 1 round away from recovering and taking their map pick, 16-14, destroying not just the hopes of Furia, but everyone in this building.
And you maybe thought it was already done. You maybe thought Furia were poised to end it. Well, now they're poised with pistols. A fast rush up top. No waiting around. It's a nade. Sumda Young, again a double. And Furia silenced, as the arena will be as well. This map slipping through their fingers like a cacophony of kills. But the sympathy and the symphony comes up for NAVI.
Huge turnaround, going the distance. Simple playing the villain. Everyone hates him right now, but it's NAVI, a map up, and now Furia have got to do the dance on Ancient.
Meu Deus, poçozão no Rio de Janeiro, mais quente que isso, só torcedor brasileiro que vibra de coração, corpo e alma pro verdadeiro Cristo Redentor. Bateu palma, que abala as estruturas da arena ou na sala de casa dos vizinhos dá até pena. Quem não me entende acha que é loucura ou zorra, mas é louco mesmo, louco por CS porra. Jamie time não, agora é rap time. Harry faz a perfeitinha que eu vou de frontline. Faço parecer simples, tipo que o Cipo faz no CS. Cada verso é uma bala, só acerta HS. É que o coração bate no ritmo da C4, tipo Olof no fogo, defusando e queimado. A torcida nunca para porque silenciado. Só o bico da M4. Welcome to Brazil. Nós tem a energia que faz a arena toda tremer. Vem com abafado. Até quem não fala português é capaz de entender que nós ama isso aqui. É paixão verdadeira, você pode perceber que nós não para de torcer, se ganhar, se perder. O importante pra nós é nunca ceder.
Hi guy, gringo here. Won't lie, don't get the lingo here. Might not be made in Brazil, but I'm still feeling welcome. Refill on the caipirinha vibes, I've already felt them, and now I dealt them. I'm just a stick in it, no kid, but I diffuse the situation. It's lit in the Trebo Nation, no shit. This time I got back up and we gonna slay. Build a fast stack up with MMAK, cause if you wanna see 30 rounds, he's spitting fire today. Brother, turn the beat up, what can I say? I see a noise, hearts beating at their chest. Hold your color, we'll have watching on impress. Like a pendulum where all the swings are blessed. But to play in this park, you'll follow what you guess. Yeah, it's popping off. Let me hear De Janeiro light it up like a Molotov. Guess you can't get enough. The professor never lets you off, but that's the price of your art. Stay up at night after dark, imitating legend masters of their craft. Not just flashes in the pan, you're the go with the star. All the doja giving shaft. You took all the Janeiro, nobody gets the graft. We call that
É que tem
verdadeiro.
umas partidas que são sensacional. Juro que na vida nunca vi igual. Tem game que poderia nunca acabar, que dá emoção até liquidar. É só bala que ejeta a cabeça do corpo, com espírito, fúria e garra até o último sopro. Sempre tem aquele herói que salva quando parece perdido. Mesmo 9-0, sonho nunca tá morto. 0-0 é o número de vezes que nós desistimos. Por isso orgulho do império que construímos. Se eu tô no mic eu tô pesado tipo B.I.G. ou tipo Get Right no tempo da NIP, can you see? Esteja preparado, bem-vindo ao Brasil. Bicampeão já conseguiu, o país do futebol ficou no passado. Agora é CS, nunca desistiu, nem nunca desiste. Senta e assiste que a caminhada foi dura, mas nunca perdemos a postura. CS é cultura, se é made in Brasil, é made na loucura. Welcome to Brazil. Nós tem a energia que faz a arena toda tremer. Vem com abafado. Até quem não fala português é capaz de entender que nós ama isso aqui. É paixão verdadeira, você pode perceber que nós não para de torcer, se ganhar, se perder. O importante pra nós é nunca ceder.
Someone's gotta fall off, there goes gravity. Not so many spots, this shit insanity. Legends have strength, call it vitality. I'm fazed by the pressure, Grand Slam mentality. Down underdogs, which greyhound is larger? Imperial marching, like they're your father. Every last dance needs a backup dancer. Or maybe an OG to push them harder. Fnatic rock up with a good team finally. Cloud9 the same, but a way bit more timely. James the Time Lord nowadays rarely gets all timey-wimey. Call a Doctor Who for you, outsiders feeling fighty. Bad news eagles ain't their type to get all flighty. Refresh your ambitions, sprout big dreams, that shit inspiring. We loving and we fighting. IEM, Rio, bright light, straight fire and then lightning. Yeah, it's popping off. Let me hear De Janeiro light it up like a Molotov. Guess you can't get enough. The professor never lets you off, but that's the price of your art. Stay up at night after dark, imitating legend masters of their craft. Not just flashes in the pan, you're the goat with the star. All the doja giving shaft. You took all the Janeiro, nobody gets the graft. We call that verdadeiro.
tooth and nail. We get every round in that one, and boy, was it something spectacular. FURIA just trying to bounce it all the way back, but ultimately the dribble stops at about 16-14, ladies and gentlemen. We do just avoid overtime. And NAVI's got to be sweating bullets after that one. I'm over here on the desk at the IEM Rio Major 2022. I got Yanko on the far side, and right in the middle, we're stuck with Bled.
I like being stuck with you, Trace, but
stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, this particular game, man, listen, Fallen said it on the desk as well, when it came down to FURIA with this crowd, there could be some magic happening, and there was a bit of magic happening at the very end there, almost bringing it back. But they fall to their own sword, their own style of Counter-Strike, and it comes and bites them in the ass.
I think you can tell that, you know, undoubtedly NAVI is the better team, and it's just about weathering like the storm and the momentum from FURIA. You could see it in the first half as well, right? Winning pistol, losing second round early on, you know, they start losing. Suddenly they stabilize, winning a couple of rounds in a row, and they're looking fine. Second half, 5-0 start, looking great, and then FURIA brings it back from 13-8 to 13-13, and that's where you're like, whoa, what's going on now? And NAVI's looking shaky. Simple's going for some questionable plays in the middle there in a round or two, right? And ultimately they do bring it back. You could just tell on the faces of the players from FURIA, right? Like they know it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities, we could start to look at some of the rounds. Hell, we even break it down in the first half. I'm looking at 10, maybe even 11, probably in synchro like that.
Yeah, like the thing when it came to FURIA is some of the early rounds they won came off some pretty aggressive plays, risky plays coming out from them, and then they go for this this particular push working out for them initially, getting a couple of kills, but then NAVI, the patience and the composure and how good they are in these low man situations.
This is a 2v5. This is simple and electronic against the world, right? Round 11, you can see FURIA, they're getting some momentum, they're doing well. All of a sudden, in a matter of 2 seconds, it's 2v2, and Trace, the name of the game for me here is self-inflicted injuries by FURIA, right? Like the initial push is fine, the aggression, but you're just like overdoing it a little bit, especially considering the economy, right? And we're going to see it in back-to-back rounds here, Electronic with a big clutch, right? And now the following round, after just like 10-15 seconds, they have 3 guys dead.
Yeah, and you know, we had Fallen up here pre-game. He talks about, we're not going to see this sort of aggression from FURIA right out of the gate, but it feels like they wanted to take the fight to him right away.
I mean, that's something they did on the CT side. It worked out for them initially, right? It's just that NAVI were patient enough. They're going to keep aggressing a little bit too much. They don't know how to rein it in, and that's when NAVI were able to strike and kind of punish them for it.
And I think FURIA absolutely needs to go for plays like that, but not all the time. You need to like pick your fights and pick the rounds. If they don't have a great buy, right? Like you don't need to force that. You're making it easier by going for those close quarter fights, right? So I think, yes, it was about NAVI sort of handling the aggression for FURIA, and you could see there that FURIA helped them a little bit in doing that.
Let's talk about back-breaking rounds, which is absolutely what we're about to take a look at. Round 28 rings a bell, doesn't it, Yanko?
Well, in case there's any Brazilians watching the English stream, watch Gaules right now, right? Because you want to avoid this. So you're thinking here, NAVI's on a half buy here. They're ecoing, they're conceding the 15th round. They give up the opening kill, right? But then the hero, Sam Dai Young, with a 1v2 clutch in the first half, in the second round, now stepping up Electronic with a timely flank, and FURIA completely crumbles in this round.
And this has happened so many times in this particular game, right? And Sam Dai Young, sure, there were a couple of questionable holds coming out from him on the upper bomb side, but here he had to be the hero, just the pistols. And this was a backbreaker round for FURIA, because after that, NAVI just went on and closed it out. But this would have been an incredible, almost a god-tier comeback from FURIA. And I was starting to believe in the magic there, but in the end, it was all an illusion.
Yeah, that T side really did leave a lot to be desired. After you know, you get all the way up to a close contention like that, and it does leave quite a few question marks towards the end, but perhaps Heku and Peacemaker have found them.
Yes, Dana, as you can see, I have none other than Peacemaker. Peacemaker, I had the opportunity to talk to NAVI, and Blade said it's incredibly hard to actually hear each other. We could even hear, like, we could see him like just holding the microphone. This is a first time for me in Brazil, but as a Brazilian, did you expect this madness?
Well, you know, Heku, like, it's not a coincidence that I'm wearing black and white today, you know, all the way for FURIA. And yeah, I'm not surprised with Blade answer. This crowd is insanity. Like, I've been in many arenas before, guys, like Katowice, Cologne, but nothing is compared to this. I promise you, like, the Brazilian fans are crazy. They're supporting FURIA all the way. And you know what? This is about to get even louder, you know, like for the second game, for the second map and the rest of the series, they will go even louder. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Well, I'm also looking forward. We can barely hear each other, so I hope it's all good for you, Des. What do you think? Are we getting a third map?
So let's shift gears and start talking Ancient. Of course, FURIA's map pick but handing Navi CT side where they are absolute monsters. And in this game against Team Liquid, they had a monstrous CT half. So we're going to see why. And the man to look out for is absolutely Electronic. So on this round, fairly standard stuff. Just the early default nades onto mid to prevent a rush. And what's going to happen is Team Liquid, they want to pop through this smoke, they want to get aggressive on some flashbangs, and we need to look at Electronic because he has a mighty round. He moves up and onto the B catwalk area, just about dodges the flashes and gets 2 massive kills to put Navi in a huge advantage. Let's jump forward a couple of rounds, and this one's a similar start. Early nades on towards mid, Electronic on site as always, patrolling the area. And what we're going to see actually from Liquid is fairly similar stuff, trying to pop through this smoke on just 1 flashbang. And as we'll see, Electronic is a match for the moment, takes down a Liege and puts his team in a good position. Now what we're going to see here on B, this is exactly the same round as we just saw from Electronic killing a Liege. They start off this one with double molly in towards this B lane position. And what SDY wants to do is swing out from Jaguar and find some cheeky frags. So to help SDY out, what he actually does is bounce a nade over here, and he's going to peek behind the nade smoke whilst Perfecto throws a flashbang to make it all the easier. And coming through, SDY finds a good frag and backs out of dodge to give his team a 5-on-3. So just before I talk through these rounds and how great Navi can be at shutting down defaults on that CT side, will we see this up against Furia? I'm not sure, but maybe the desk does. Back over to you.
Yeah, that's the plan, and he is just standing right there. Speaking of which, that next map being Ancient, before we get there, I want to tell you about something special going on here in Rio. We're talking about awarding a Player of the Decade tomorrow. We have something very special planned before those semifinals. At IEM Rio, we will announce that Player of the Decade is voted by 75, that's right, 75 of the top pros across the entirety of the pro circuit. It's going to come down to just 2, and the votes were based on longevity, success, and influence on CSGO. Now, of course, you're going to want to be around for that. You're going to want to watch that on Twitch at home. Hell, if you're here in attendance, you never know who it might be. Maybe they're already here. We don't really know. I know that we were asked, some shoulder content, who you thought it might be, where it might be, but all it takes is that vote. Again, 75 players just coming together to decide who that Player of the Decade is. And for us, we get to dive into Ancient quickly and briefly. In doing so, I don't want to sit here and say that Furia's road ends.
I just want to give a shout out to Perfecto and SDY for that first map. Not talked about a lot. SDY, usually not being criticized, right? But they stepped up immensely and delivered for Navi. Simple was the lowest rated player for Navi on that first map, right? So coming into Ancient, yes, Furia's peak. It's all about the first half. Navi, yes, they lost to Liquid, giving up that comeback, but the CT side wasn't the problem, and they get to start on the CT side.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when you talk about Ancient, as you said, it's going to be the attacking side for Furia. They like that B bomb side, and the 2 guys you mentioned there, it is going to be some Die Young in the Jaguar position. It is going to be, of course, Perfecto on the B bomb side. They're going to have to step up to the plate here if they want to take it 2-0, Trace.
Yeah, and that's what all eyes are on, the prize down here in Rio. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We have to go backstage. We have to watch how this one unfolds. Perhaps we find ourselves going to that third map. That'll be Mirage. Before we get there, it's Ancient. FURIA having a grand old time down there, as you can see outside of the fan zone. In the meantime, the in-between time, we will be right back with Ancient and NAVI FURIA.
The bell tolls for Cologne.